Now taking you to breaking news we've got coming in regarding the TMC MP Mahua Moitra, who you remember was expelled from the Lok Sabha on December 8th. This was in a follow-up to the cash for query controversy that we'll bring you more details about later. But what has she moved the Delhi High Court in reference to? The Parliamentary Housing Committee has sent her a notice asking her to vacate her house. It's in that regards that she's moved the Delhi High Court against this notice. We'll have a reporter join us in just a second to bring us more context on this entire story. You might remember that Mahua Moitra had essentially argued that the Lok Sabha had no right to expel her. She was arguing that the ethics committee that made that decision didn't have the right to expel anyone. She's continued to argue her innocence in the cash for query controversy. Now our colleague, our legal correspondent Ananya Bhatnagar is with us right now to bring us more context. Ananya, can you tell our audiences in this particular story exactly what is Moitra's contention to the Parliamentary Housing Committee's notice?
Well, remember that the Estates Department of the Government of India or the Parliament has in fact issued a notice to Mahua Moitra to vacate that particular house after her expulsion from the Parliament, in the cash for query scam, if you remember. And very categorically this notice has been sent to Mahua Moitra. Challenging that particular notice, she has knocked the doors of the Delhi High Court seeking interim relief of staying this particular notice, saying that the whole and sole issue of whether she is an expelled leader or not, she is an expelled parliamentarian or not, that is pending adjudication before the Supreme Court of India. She had challenged her expulsion from the Parliament before the topmost court of the country, and in that circumstance, in saying that she is an unauthorized occupant of that particular house is something that is not correct, and that's exactly why Mahua Moitra should not be asked to vacate this particular house until and unless the Supreme Court actually decides on whether or not Mahua Moitra is an expelled leader, whether her expulsion from the Parliament is something that was correct in law or not, is something that Mahua Moitra has told. Because now what we are hearing is that the matter is listed, likely to be listed for hearing tomorrow. Whether or not the High Court would be granting any kind of a relief, whether the High Court would be taking note of what Mahua Moitra's submissions would be, or would Mahua Moitra be able to secure some relief from the High Court, is something that we'll have to wait and watch for.
All right, Ananya, thank you for bringing us those details. We're now